So how I ran my business, how I did my travel.
In terms of from how do you have you broken the narrative in the stories, could you talk a bit more on the narrative of the book and
Yeah.
or the conceptualizations of these narratives in the book?
Yeah, so the book got broken up. We call it like a how-to with heart. So it's not a prescriptive book in that like if you do this and then you do that, you'll have pleasure. It's like we have a diagram of how pleasure works, but what I'm saying is you get to decide the life that you love. You get to decide what it looks like for you. The amount of travel that I do, some people would be horrified and they don't want to do that. But I'm still saying they can have a pleasure life, which is a life where your work and your travel and taking care of yourself can coexist. And now there are times where I don't get that all right, and that's what I put in the book. So the first third of the book is how I kind of got to where I am. So how I ran my business, how I did my travel, and then how, I actually broke my back. That's how my business started. And then I kind of had almost like a burnout breakdown. And that was where the self-care became really important to me. And then the next section of the book is I've got case studies throughout to show that it's not just because people could kind of look at it and go, oh, well, that's great that you get to travel and run your business, but I can't. So we showed 8 different case studies of people who were doing it in their way. And then the other part is then how to. So it's travel hacks, working as you travel hacks, which is pleasure hacks, work hacks, travel hacks, leisure hacks, and then really about the travel mindset as well. So it's, again, people can't always go on big jet setting planes, but you can still have that attitude of travel.
Because Australia has quite a few small businesses and people would love to travel, but they are stuck in the grind of running that small business, whether it's a cafe or whether it's a printing business or anything which is a shopfront based business. In one of the case studies, do you have a case study of somebody who has had a small business and lived a life of travel and work together?
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, 2 of the people actually have a corporate job, so it's not all business people. So 2 of the people have been in full-time jobs, and they're still including as much travel as they can. So it's not necessarily that you have to. I think the way that people view it is that I'm a digital nomad, and I don't relate to that term. Because to me, a digital nomad means that you go away with your laptop for an extended period of time, and that's your life. I don't. I go on trips and I come back, and I go on trips and come back. And sometimes I'm working on those trips and sometimes I'm not. So a couple of those people are doing the same. They have full 9-to-5 job, but they just include travel as much as they can around it. We had one of the ladies in the case study actually did have originally a bricks and mortar business, but again, she just included the travel. It was such a priority. Like she took breaks. I think people don't take breaks, and it doesn't matter how much money you're making. There's always this, when I get there, one day I'll do it. Someday I'll do that. Like when everything's worked out and it's all ducks in a row, then I'll start to do it. But the thing is that doesn't always come. So you've got to find a way to make it work within your lifestyle. And that might be for now, just a little weekend getaway. It might be just trying new restaurants locally. And what I talk about in terms of the travel mindset is like my brother and his wife's, their son was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and he passed away last year in August at 2.5. And so their life, they couldn't go very far. They did come up to Queensland, but it was extremely difficult with a child who's very ill. But they managed to do 206 activities. So anything from going to see a sports game to going to the park and doing the swings. Like they called it his life list, not a bucket list. Because it's about finding things that you can do and living, not about, oh my gosh, we're running out of time, now I'll do it. And so I just think I'm trying to reframe the attitude of travel and what people enjoy, because not everybody's going to enjoy a big 6-week trip to Europe or a 1-year driving around Australia or something like that. So it's choosing what you enjoy and then finding the way to do it.